Good morning everyone. Today our group will present our AI integrated mini project for Form 1 ESL student with CEFR B2 proficiency level. Our project is based on the theme of Jujutsu Kaisen, which was chosen because it is familiar and engaging for many students in this age group. The scheme is used to create meaningful and motivating language learning activities. We designed 4 that focus on the 4 main language skills: speaking, reading, and writing, and listening. Each activity integrates an appropriate AI tool to support students' learning and encourage active participation in the classroom. Throughout this presentation, each group member will present one language skill, demonstrate how the AI tool is integrated, and briefly show you how the activity is carried out. So let's move on.
Building on my share focus with presenter Harid on listening skills using Google Notebook LM, I will be presenting session 4.0, an interactive listening activity titled Megumi's Hidden Strategy. My target learners are Form 1 from Malaysian ESL learners with a low to intermediate proficiency level ranging from CEFR A2 to B1. I adopt a pop culture theme to lower their affective filter and boost motivation. By the end of this task, students will achieve 3 main learning outcomes, which are identify main ideas and details with at least 70% accuracy, 2. Complete a 5-part structure listening worksheet during the task, and 3rd, verify the query answers in groups using Google Notebook LM. Next, looking at pre and while listening flow. In the pre-listening phase, which takes 5 minutes, I hook students using character visual cards and set up Gojo Sensei's library simulation scenario. I also pre-teach key target, vocabulary, simulation, energy, strategy, control, and focus. In the while listening phase, which takes 50 minutes, I play the 220-word Notebook LM audio overview using a 3-listen strategy. Students independently complete the 5-part worksheet covering multiple choice, fill in the blanks, true or false, action matrix, and the AI challenge. Moving to post-learning and AI integration, first for group work, students form a small groups of 5 persons to collaborate, to compare worksheet answers and discuss any listening difficulties. Second, regarding the audio overview, Notebook LM's dual host podcast provides natural speech velocity, prosody, and authentic pronunciation modeling. Third, for AI verification, groups use Notebook LM text chat to prompt questions, cross-check answers, and receive instant, non-judgmental feedback. Finally, for my pedagogical justification, first, grounded in the effective filter hypothesis, using a familiar Jujutsu Kaisen narrative to lower anxiety, enhance cognitive receptivity, and build intrinsic motivation for Form 1 ESL learners. Second, grounded in social constructivism, this design combines peer collaboration with Google Notebook LM as an interactive, non-threatening digital tutor within the zone of proximal development. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Good day everyone, my name is Harid and today I will be presenting my AI integrated listening skills lesson designed for Form 1 ESL student using Google Notebook LM. The lesson is based on the theme of Jujutsu Kaisen to create a more engaging and motivating learning experience for students. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to identify the main idea and specific information from the listening passage. They will also use Google Notebook LM to clarify their understanding, discuss and justify the answers with their peers, and develop independent listening skills through AI. The lesson consists of 3 stages. During the pre-listening stage, the teacher introduces the topic using visual materials, activates student prior knowledge through discussion, introduce key vocabulary, and ask students to predict what the podcast will be about. Next is the while listening stage. Students listen to an AI generated podcast, created by using Google Notebook LM. They focus on identifying the main idea and important details while completing the listening comprehension worksheet. The teacher may replay the podcast if necessary. Finally, in the post-listening stage, students use Google Notebook LM to ask questions, clarify unfamiliar information and verify the answers. They then discuss their responses with their classmates before the teacher concludes a lesson with feedback and a short reflection. This is the listening material used in the lesson. First, the teacher prepares a listening script based on a Jujutsu Kaisen scenario. The script is then uploaded to Google Notebook LM, which automatically generates an AI podcast. Students simply press play and listen to the conversation. The AI-generated audios provide natural pronunciation and intonation, making the listening activity more authentic and engaging. After listening to the podcast, students complete the listening comprehension worksheet. The worksheet includes multiple choice questions. Fill in the blanks true or false, matching activities, and an AI challenge. After completing the worksheet, students use Google Notebook LM to verify the answers and ask follow-up questions if they needed further clarification. To conclude, Google Notebook LM supports listening lesson by generating AI podcasts, providing instant explanation, and encouraging students to become more independent learners. Combined with the Jujutsu Kaisen theme, the lesson becomes more interactive, engaging, and enjoyable while helping students improve their listening comprehension. Thank you.
For my activity, it focuses on the speaking skill. It is called Choosing the Next Jujutsu Sorcerer and uses ChatGPT voice. By the end of the activity, students will be able to ask WH questions, gather information through an interview, and present their group's decision confidently. The activity consists of 3 stages: pre-speaking, while speaking, and post-speaking. In the pre-speaking stage, students are divided into groups of 5. The teacher introduces the lesson scenario, where Gojo is looking for a new first-year sorcerer to join an important mission. Each group prepares several WH questions before interacting with ChatGPT voice. After that, one student sends the prepared prompt to ChatGPT voice to generate an original first-year Jujutsu sorcerer. As shown in the demonstration, the AI does not reveal the character's information immediately. Instead, it waits for students to ask interview questions, creating a more natural conversation. After the AI is ready, students take turns interviewing the AI-generated sorcerer by asking their prepared and follow-up questions. While one student speaks with the AI, the other group members complete an interview profile sheet to record important information such as the character's name, curse technique, personality, strengths, weaknesses, and future dream. If any information is missing, students are encouraged to ask additional questions before making their decision. Hi, what is your name?
My name is Ren Akiyama. Nice to meet you.
What is your curse techniques?
My curse technique is called Thread Link. It lets me sense and gently redirect the flow of cursed energy around me. It's more about control than brute power.
Finally, each group discusses the information they collected and decides whether the sorcerer should be selected for the mission. A group representative then presents the group's decisions and provides reasons to justify their choice. Through this activity, students practice asking questions, communicating with confidence, and working collaboratively while using ChatGPT voice as an interactive speaking partner.
Hello everyone, today I am presenting Jujutsu Kaisen Sorcerer Files, a reading mission. This is a complete ESL reading activity designed specifically for Form 1 students with low to intermediate English proficiency. We use the immensely popular theme of Jujutsu Kaisen as the hook, since many teenagers are already fans of this anime. We utilize those familiar characters to reduce anxiety, And the ultimate goal here is to teach students foundational reading comprehension skills in a way that feels like to play, not a chore, while specifically preparing them for their upcoming exams. Reading is a receptive language skills that require decoding words and constructing meaning. For low intermediate Form 1 learners, the biggest barrier to success is often unfamiliar vocabulary. When they see a word they don't know, they freeze and lose their reading flow. In this activity, we address that by providing strong scaffolding. We integrate ChatGPT not as a crutch, but as a teaching tool by allowing them how to maintain their reading momentum and build the confidence needed to tackle complex English text independently in the future. The activity itself is a pair-intensive reading task. Students read a character profile, complete a comprehension worksheet, and use ChatGPT as their personal reading assistant. Crucially, we are using the free web version of ChatGPT, accessible via student smartphones. To keep this strictly educational, the teacher provides a set of prompts on the projector. We teach the student exactly how to ask for help, and for example, asking to simplify a sentence or explain a word in easy English. The AI is there to teach them the text, but it never gives them away the direct answer to the exam questions. Here is our reading passage titled The Cursed Shrine Mission. It is a narrative about Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara who volunteer to investigate a cursed spirit near a small village shrine. They travel to the countryside and use their special jujutsu techniques to track the spirits and work together as a team to finally seal it away. However, just reading this can be challenging to Form 1 students. So to bridge this gap, I have also created a custom comic strip to pair with the passage. This visual storytelling helps students visualize the shrine, the cursed spirit, and the battle scenes. By seeing the action, students can better grasp the context and plot of the text, which make the actual reading phase much easier and much engaging for them. These 30-minute lessons follow a structured 3-phase approach. First, we have a 5-minute pre-reading phase where we project image, elicit prediction, and explicitly teach key vocabulary like abandon and barrier. Next is a 10-minute while reading phase with AI support. Students read the passage individually, underline difficult words, and use ChatGPT to get explanations. Finally, we move to the 13-minute post-reading phase, where students close ChatGPT and complete the worksheet by themselves. We finish the lesson with a 2-minute peer marking session where they swap papers and discuss what they learned, which reinforces the teaching process. Comprehension worksheet is designed to mirror actual exam formats. During student valuables low-stake practice, it includes a 4-mark multiple-choice question, a 3-mark true-false answer, and 3-mark short answer question. By designing this question this way, we are teaching students how to identify main idea, locate specific details, and make inference. This directly prepares them for the types of questions they will face in a real academic assessment. The main point of this entire activity is to teach students, not to give them an easy way out. This is why we have a critical pedagogical separation here. In the understanding phase, GPT is accessible to them to the meaning of difficult words. However, in the testing phase, ChatGPT is completely removed. This forces students to rely on their own mental maps of the text to find the answer. This design choice is vital. It teaches students that AI is a legitimate tool for understanding, but it is not a shortcut. They must still locate information, infer meaning, and select answer independently, which is the exact skill set tested in many examinations. To summarize, this activity succeeds on multiple pedagogical fronts. It uses a highly engaging team to reduce anxiety and increase motivation to read carefully. The comic strip acts as a powerful visual scaffold to support text comprehension. The structured ChatGPT prompt ensures that AI use is fast, purposeful, and instructional. Ultimately, this activity is about teaching students to become self-reliant, confident readers, and we are showing them that they can enjoy English reading and succeed on their exam. Thank you for your time.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My activity is titled Jujutsu Mission Report, a new curse mission. Students write a narrative essay based on the anime Jujutsu Kaisen using the process writing approach, while Quillbot Grammar Checker is integrated during the revision stage. By the end of the activity, students will be able to write a coherent narrative of 180 to 220 words, use appropriate past tense verbs, sequencing words, and descriptive vocabulary, and revise their writing independently using Quillbot Grammar Checker to improve grammar and sentence clarity. Now, I will explain the procedure of the activity. The lesson begins with the pre-writing stage, which takes about 8 minutes. First, the teacher introduces the writing prompt. Gojo Sensei has discovered a powerful curse spirit hiding inside an abandoned school. Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara are sent to investigate. What happens during the mission? Students then complete a story map by planning the characters, setting, problem, and goal of their story. This helps them organize their ideas before writing. The teacher also introduces a vocabulary bank with words such as curse spirit, abandon, barrier, shrine, and teamwork to help students use more descriptive language in their narrative. Next is the drafting stage, which takes 15 minutes. Using their story map as a guide, students write the first draft of their narrative independently. At this stage, students are reminded that they must create their own ideas and storyline without using AI. This ensures that the writing reflects their own creativity and understanding. The third stage is revising with Quillbot, which takes about 12 minutes. After completing the first draft, students copy their writing into Quillbot Grammar Checker. Quillbot provides suggestions to improve grammar, vocabulary, punctuation, and sentence structure. Instead of accepting every suggestion automatically, students are required to compare the AI suggestions with their original sentences and decide whether the changes improve their writing. Throughout this stage, the teacher monitors the activity and encourages students to think critically about the AI feedback. Finally, the activity ends with the publishing and reflection stage, which takes 5 minutes. Students submit their revised narrative and answer 2 reflection questions. Which correction helped improve your writing the most, and which mistake surprised you? This reflection helps students become more aware of the language errors they commonly make and how they can improve in future writing tasks. Through this activity, through this approach improves student writing skills while promoting learner autonomy, critical thinking, and responsible use of AI. Thank you.